Nithyanandam. My name is Sri Nithyananda and I welcome you all back for yet another video about Brahmacharya, the life of sannyas. So in the last video I started to expand on something, and I wanted to continue to expand on that dimension in this video. So coming back to the realization I was referring to in the previous video is that every main desire that we have happens out when we are not aligned to our being, and in order to compensate for this friction or irritation that happens in our space because the thought currents are clashing and they're not aligned and integrated towards the goal, then we find different ways of compensating. I used to be a video gamer, you know, some people drink alcohol, some people go around with girls, and there's different ways of compensating. And one thing I wanted to share is that actually when we fall in love, what I realized is that actually that falling in love is the actual way to compensate. When we're not complete enough to be aligned and stable with our own being, we will want to try to add something into our life through somebody else. And what I kind of realized is whatever big thought current we have which is leaving us unfulfilled, we will find and automatically be attracted by somebody who will be able to reflect that thought current. But it will be a very tricky thing, because in that person, for example, if I used to be somebody who didn't have much ambition, and before taking this lifestyle I had a girlfriend, and she was a kind of ambitious person. When I met that girl, I thought, oh, her personality is very suitable with me, because I am not very ambitious and I don't move easily. She'll be able to kind of drive me and help me to go around and everything. But the problem is that we see that in that other person, the dimension which is not fulfilled within us, that dimension we are attracted to. But at the same time, when we see that in the other person, it reminds us that we are not that, and that creates a kind of frustration and anger towards ourselves. Some form of SDHD, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial is triggered and leaves us unfulfilled. That is why when we do not understand the science of completion, living with somebody else is actually a nightmare, because you do not understand what is going on and you do not understand why life is happening to you in such a way. And the life of Brahmacharya, basically living like God, like Swamiji is saying, and not celibacy like the outer world is most of the time translating this vow into. The lifestyle of Brahmacharya is basically a clear declaration that I will not compensate for whatever is unfulfilled inside of me. I will identify what is unfulfilled and I will complete it, and come back to that space of complete completion where my own existence becomes existence itself, and therefore there's no need for any soulmate, or is there nothing that can actually add anything into us. So that is one click I wanted to share with you guys. So Brahmacharya is actually that. Brahmacharya is actually a lifestyle that a courageous lifestyle that we take, and whenever we hit a low and we want to compensate, we say no to the compensation. We identify the thought current which makes us go low, and we complete it and get rid of it to come back to the state of Purnatva, the completion, and radiate the space of Sarashivatva. So with this, I'll see you guys in another video about Brahmacharya, and if you like, subscribe, write a comment below, and I'll see you guys soon. Nithyanandam.